2020 took so much stuff from us. Like 2020 is a dreadful year, for real. And it's really this thing where all these things that happen, it's really taking a toll on mental health and on mental stamina, on will, like the willpower that you need to navigate this year is crazy. And a lot of us, yeah, listen, like after 2 3 months gone, no more willpower, no more energy, no more. I i cannot say why. Inside of me, I know that I'm on a mission, and good year, bad year, I'm on my mission. So I'm focused on my mission. I got kids. I got my kids to feed. I got my family to help out, and I have people who listen to my music. To I want to contribute to giving them a little smile from time to time with my music, and being able to give those emotions to people. So maybe all of this make me immune to the idea of giving up. But I know so much people have been giving, so many people have been giving up. And I believe that you have to find objectives, give yourself objectives of what you want to do, and understand that in this time right now of pandemic and a world that is very frustrating, because we are constrained in so many levels. But it doesn't mean that whatever you want to do, you cannot do it. It's just that the way you wanted to do it is not possible right now. And the bad idea would be to be like, okay, I'll wait. No, the best idea is, okay, if all these ways are blocked and all these ways are blocked, I go from here, or I go underground, or I go online, or I go. There's always a way. And I think the problem of most people is that in 2020, they were just trying to recreate the old ways. They were like, oh, I want to do something, and this way, that's the only way I know how to do it. But I believe that there's so many ways to achieve your goal. If you take Club Shada, for example, I said it before, I'm gonna say it again. I used to perform twice a week for years and years and years and years. And now that my career has been long now, I was still performing, once a month or once every 2 months, and I was still having a lot of proposals. And from these to nothing, for an artist, it's hard. But for me, instead of like a lot of artists crying on my fate, I took a camera, a light, another light, my living room, and I turned it into a club of where I talk to you guys. And it's not a show, but it replaced for me the purpose of a show. The purpose of a show is to share your energy with other people and receive their energy as you give. And I get that as well with the Club Shada. I get that energy. I get, of course, I'm not paid like if I was doing a show, because you make money in 45 minutes when you do a show. But hey, listen, I get paid when people watch the replays. I get paid if you use the super chat function and do a donation. I get paid if you buy a t-shirt. I get paid if after the show you go listen to my music on Spotify. There's so many ways to indirectly generate your income that On the monetary front, I found a way to replace shows. And on the energy front, I also found a way to replace shows because instead of singing, I'm talking for hours. And who knows that? It's funny because if you look at my program for Club Shada, my program usually is just one sentence. So my program today was my program is the title of this episode that I already forgot, which is something about your goal or whatever. I forgot. I'm gonna read that when I'm after I it's define your objectives, and that's all I put. Define your objectives, and then the rest is just improvisation. So it's a great exercise for me because singing, to tell you the truth, performing in front of crowds, in front of women yelling, in front of guys being happy, in front of kids, like I did it probably, I don't know, 1,000 times, more or less. And I'm not gonna say that it's boring, but in a way it's kind of boring. Like, not boring in a way that I don't appreciate it, I love it, but it's not challenging to me. It's not challenging to go somewhere and perform because I've been doing it since I was 15 years old and I'm 46. So being here, performing in front of crowds is something that I've did so much that now when I do a show, and especially when you've been singing the same song for 15 years, I've been singing On Dit Quoi for 17 years. I've been singing One Love for 14, 15 years. I've been singing Motema for 14 years. I've been singing like Love de Toi. Like, all these songs are old. And when I go somewhere to perform, they don't ask me to do new songs. Even if I have 200 new songs, they ask me to do the classics of legendary Kaysha. And I understand it's business. So when I perform, a lot of the time I'm on autopilot. A lot of the time I'm performing, I'm here dancing with a girl or something, or making somebody happy, and I'm happy to make people happy. But my head sometimes I'm thinking about, I don't know, stock options or whatever, or what am I gonna eat tomorrow morning. Sometimes I'm not even here because I have a muscle memory. I did it so much in my life that, and the dream of one day being in a club performing for people. And I remember when I was 17, I remember we were at a party with, I don't know, people from Zaire, and I probably was one of my ambassador uncles and my dad, government people, and all the kids. We were there, and I don't even remember why we start rapping or performing, but I remember that me and my sister, we went on a table and everybody was just clapping their hands and we were rapping. And everybody was like, yeah, but people were not taking us seriously. But for us, we were like, this is the dream. This is like one day, instead of having all the cousins and the people I grew up with, one day there will be thousands of people. Maybe 1,000 people. Maybe 5,000. And now, when I look back at that moment, when it was a dream, since then, I've performed for 10,000 people, maybe, I don't know, 50 times. I performed for 100,000 people, maybe 10 times. I performed for 5,000 people, I don't know, 100 times, 200 times. And I performed in clubs of 500 people, 1,000 people, 1,000 times. So it's not a dream anymore, it's a reality. And when it becomes a reality, you are just at a point this thing that was something that you were trying to attain far is just here, and then it becomes something that is behind you, and it's okay. It's okay. And you get more excited of being alone in your living room in front of a camera talking to whoever wants to watch and whoever will watch the replay. And you're happy knowing that you had I didn't even check how many people have watched already, but we probably, yeah, look, 200 people have already passed by. And so you get to this thing where this becomes more exciting because you are building something. And why I get excited by something smaller, and because I love the process of building something. And to me, as a content creator, and all sorts of content, but to me as a content creator, the fact that I'm building something new and I'm creating content at the same time live as I go is so much exciting than the routine of performing. And don't take me wrong, like when I perform, I'm in my element. I love it, but it is not something new for me. Every time I see a new person, like for example, Aminata is the first time that I see you here in the chat. Every time I see that, it's a small victory for me. I'm like, hey, that's the process. Like, there's a new person every time. Like, maybe one day we will have a show where we had 1,000 people watching, and then maybe more. And then maybe this will become a business that generates more money than other businesses that I have. And this is the process for me. It's like loving and trusting the process. And a lot of people in this quarantine, they are forgetting that. They are forgetting to trust and enjoy their own process because they are focused on the goal and the steps that they thought. Oh, I will do this, then 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 I will go there, and then I will do this. And the there is impossible because we're in quarantine, and because everything is shut down, or because you cannot take a plane, or whatever the reason, and then they stuck. My way of thinking is, I know, okay, I know, okay, that's how I am. I will always find a way to do something differently, and if it's impossible to reach the goal, then I will set another goal. And if I didn't have a camera and I didn't have internet, I would have wrote a book maybe. I would have found something to process. And a lot of people, I think this is what is missing to them. They are just petrified with the options that they are given, and because they are only thinking of one goal and one way, they don't realize that to arrive to a goal, there's always 1,000 different ways, and you can always change your goal a little bit. Change your goal to match up the world of today. I know somebody, for example, they opened a restaurant here in Portugal, down my street, and like maybe a few months after they opened, it was 4 months of quarantine. So that person, when I met that person in the neighborhood when I was doing my walk, I was like, oh, it must be horrible. Like, you just opened this restaurant and invested and nothing. And the person was like, no, it's fine. Like, we are actually selling a lot of food. And I was like, how? And he told me, because we have a deal with Uber Eats, and a lot of people from the neighborhood, and because we do the promotion on Instagram and stuff for the people who are stuck at home, we do promotions, and yeah, we do a lot of delivery. And yeah, a lot of people are just like ordering every day food from us. Like some people, they order every day from us, every morning breakfast, and at night dinner, whatever. And then I realized that's me. I'm on Uber Eats every day. Like all these time that we were in quarantine, yeah, every day somebody is bringing food here. So if you are the person who invested in a restaurant, the digital route of the build to order route was the route that saved your business. And other people, yeah, they were like, yeah, but no, yeah, but I need people to be in the restaurant because there's an experience about the restaurant. And I was like, yeah, bro, this will not work. It's not possible. People will not come because the law. Yeah, but I mean, I said, yeah, but why don't you try to create an experience that when people order something, you put something in the box, whatever, or like do some special menus or whatever, and use Uber Eats or whatever form, like to deliver that experience to the people. No, it's not the same thing. It has to be inside. And I'm like, yeah, but if you're stuck with your narrow mind, then there's gonna be nobody inside anyway. So this is not even an option. But some people, they are just stuck to how they saw it for years, and then they don't want to change. And that's exactly what happened to a lot of people that had to just close forever. And I'm not saying that everything has a solution. Don't get me wrong. Some people, it's really hard. Like I know some people, they are DJs, they are singers, and they didn't have a plan B. But I told to all the singers I know, go on YouTube and start singing. Like, and at least you are building a public. You are building do something that is recurrent. You have a lot of people, they go on Twitch and they sing, they take requests, and you tell people, hey, listen, I will sing any song you want, any cover, me and my guitar, or me and my saxophone, and I sing what I want. But if you want something in particular, you have to give me $50, for example. Super chat, $50, and then you can do your request. And I was watching a few of them, and it was super interesting. It was super interesting because they were not only making a ton of money, but they were also having a lot of people watching, because a lot of people are stuck at home. So what do they do when they're stuck at home? They watch live streams, they watch YouTube, they watch Netflix, Amazon Prime, HBO Max, Disney Plus, Apple TV, HB, whatever. That's what they do because there's nothing else to do. And when there's nothing else to do, it's time to capture the clients.